In this video, you will see the journey of cherry tomatoes from seeds to mature plants and harvest. I'll provide all information you need to successfully grow cherry tomatoes indoor and outdoor, especially in pots like balcony or a small garden. Even if you have proper LED lights, you can grow them indoor. I chose cherry tomatoes to grow this summer for two reasons. First, I love them. I think everyone likes cherry tomatoes. Their taste is great, and growing them is easy. Second, I started in May, and in cold countries like Canada, summer is short, and also I started late, so these cherry tomatoes, they could be grown in 45 to 55 days. By the amount of time I have, it makes sense to grow cherry tomatoes. If you start earlier, like right now in March or April, you can start with the bigger varieties. I had these seeds from 4 or 5 years ago, so I wasn't sure that they could grow very well. I need 1 or 2 or maximum 3 plants for this summer in my balcony, and you can grow them in a balcony or in your small garden, or even indoor if you have a proper LED lights. So I chose these 7 seeds to make sure I will have a couple of nice plants. So I use regular potting mix and just choose a small pot with a well drainage so water cannot stock there and lead to roots rotten. So I fill the pots with the potting mix and then evenly distribute cherry tomato seeds on the potting mix. And this potting mix already is wet, so I'm not adding water to them, and just add thin layer of potting mix. And as it's around May 12, I move them indoor to a warmer place for a week to allow them to start germination and generating new young plants. By May 19th, we had 7 plants. It means 100% success rate. You can see by June 30, they grown to nice small plants that they could be transferred to bigger pots, but I kept them for another week. Just make sure when you are growing them in a small pot, they should have enough amount of water, because potting mix pot is small and season is warm. So I use the tray, add water to tray, and they can absorb water from bottom, also induce more roots toward by first week of July, I decided to transfer them in a big pot. So here is a time to make a decision. You can choose 1 or 2 or maximum 3 plants for these big pots, but I chose to keep all of them because I didn't like to kill them, and I'm not looking for big harvest. But it's good to, but if you want to have a better harvest, keep 1 or 2 or 3, not many plants in the same pot, or you can distribute them in more pots. To remove the tomatoes from pots, you need to squeeze these plastic pots to make a distance between potting mix plants and a pot, and then remove them. You can see they develop very well roots. Roots are healthy, but 7 plants in small pots, roots are very kind of mixed together. To be able to separate these tomatoes from each other, I use water to wash out the potting mix and keep the roots. We will separate the plants and make sure be gentle with the plants because you want to keep as much as possible roots. As you can see, they developed very nice root. The kind of root size is equal to the plant size. And you can see small tiny hair-like structures. They could develop into new roots, so it will help plants to be stronger. So, and also just try to keep 2 or 4 top leaves and remove other leaves so we can put bigger part of the stem into the potting mix and make a better and stronger root system for the plant for future. So what I did it for all of them. I placed them in a potting mix. I made sure they are right and tight in the place. You can see here, this pot is not really big enough for 7 plants, but let's see how it will go. By July 20th, around 2 weeks after transferring them into bigger pots, already we can see sign of the flowers. So we are in the right direction and there is a good progress. And it takes 3-4 weeks more to develop new tomatoes. In August, already we can see many small cherry tomatoes. They are green and need another month or few weeks to become more reddish and ready to harvest. At this time, you can add some fertilizer. I added 1 or 2 times every 3 or 4 weeks because potting mix was new, and I just used general fertilizer NPK 20-20-20. But there are better and more sophisticated fertilizer if you want to use them. But this simple recipe will give you some success. By August 30, we can see that cherry tomatoes, they started to change the color from green to more reddish. And there are many, so I was really happy to see the results. We kept all 7 plants in that not huge pot and still getting harvest. And by mid-September, already we have cherry tomatoes and first harvest. So if you want to grow cherry tomatoes, you can do very simple steps, but keep in mind that you need 4 to 5 months for total, starting from seeds to harvest. Keep in mind you can start with the fewer plants and bigger pots if you want. And regarding cherry tomatoes, even if you don't have balcony, you can buy some good LED lights and grow them indoor. So it was an amazing experience because I liked them. Even I like the smell of the tomato plants. Please let me know what do you like about cherry tomatoes, and if you think this video was useful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.